I'm Bill.
I'm Chase.
And this is Wildcat Chat, the home of all things Kentucky basketball. All right, welcome back to Wildcat Chat, episode 12. Another week of one win, one loss. So just wish we could roll together here. So going to recap the Tennessee and Texas games and then look ahead for the last 6 games of the season. So, well, before tournament time. So I'm Bill.
And I'm Chase.
And let's start with our icebreaker with Mr. Brian.
And I'm Brian. So you both made the pilgrimage to the holy site known as Rupp. So I wanted to ask you both, what has been your favorite experience that you've had inside of Rupp Arena?
That's an easy one for me.
Oh, it was Tuesday for me.
I'm honored.
No, okay. Besides this week, we've talked about it. It was the UK Louisville game. I'd never been. It was the year after where the big
of this leg sticking out.
But he had just gotten like a DUI or something. So I'm just watching all the people in the student section. They have like his driver's license, and
I remember that. Yeah.
But it's because of the Louisville rivalry and the proximity to Hunger Games when Josh Hutchinson was the Y. And the whole student section went quiet and did the whole kit. Like, it was the funniest thing. And we beat them. So that rivalry is pretty dope.
Yeah.
But it's recency bias. But the most electric it's ever been was Tuesday, for sure. What would yours be?
It was March 3rd, 2003. Oh. Fact check me, Sarah. We were in the last row. My wife. Mm-hmm. My girlfriend at the time. We weren't dating yet. Let me back it up. Let me Tarantino this. We were in the last row. It was me, a good friend of mine, Dan, her brother, Steve, who I met, Sarah through him, and Sarah. And Kentucky dunked. I don't remember who. She probably remembers. That's what girls do. They remember everything. And, like, we were cheering this way, and me and her snuck a kiss this way. And it was like, now it's like every time there's a Florida game, it's like our thing. So I did not take her to the Florida game this year.
Aww. But
we were in Gatlinburg together. So at least we were together, but we were not at the Florida game. We try to go every year to the Florida game. It's like our thing.
That's awesome.
So that kind of like started are we dating now? Because I just kissed you with your brother 2 inches from me. So, yeah, that's my heartfelt memory. Had nothing to do with the game, though.
Okay.
So, yeah. Great question.
I got you.
I was ready for that. So, yes, we went to the game together finally after you've been complaining all year.
Complaining.
Picked one of the worst times to do it because the drive home I was like white knuckling it, going 20 miles per hour, terrified. The snow was coming down. But
the winter sucks. You anti-summer, it's too hot people. Making the commute harder is a detriment to lives. It was,
Funny story about the trip back. I don't know if I've said this on this podcast or not before. If so, sorry about this. But I was driving back from a UK game in college. And you know how it splits when you're coming 75 north? It goes towards Frankfurt. I think it's like 64. I was like talking to my buddy. Like we were all excited about the game. We just won. I took that way all the way to Frankfurt. And I literally was like, oh, we're in Frankfurt. We got to turn around. It cost us like an hour and a half. It was great. We did not go see the governor. It was just like, let's get out of here. So, yeah, just funny side story about
nice. Capital of Kentucky. A lot of people don't know that.
Louisville or Louisville?
Well, it's Louisville. Louisville. It's like something in your throat. Their fans really chatting it up with their current. Positive streak.
This is a Hate Louisville podcast. They've only got 6 wins or 6 losses.
I know.
I feel like,
but their strength of schedule. That's the one thing. It's just like you want to talk about it. That's great. Yeah. Because they want a rematch now because they didn't have their best player when they played us, and she's like, well, we don't have 9 of our best players right now, so fine.
Right. We have an entire new team also this year.
Yeah, so let's talk positives. Tuesday was
Did you expect us
great.
to win?
No. Well, I said
I said
plus 4. Yeah. You said
we were going to
minus
lose.
6.
Yeah.
Like, as the tip-off's about to happen, I looked over and asked.
And we did not kiss.
No, my brother was not there. We were not looking in separate directions.
It was a great game. I mean, it was a lot of fun.
Absolutely great.
I felt like the atmosphere was one of the best I've seen.
30 seconds in, Ziegler gets his pockets picked by Butler, and I'm like, Butler, it's so nice to see you. And then he dives on his poor shoulder, and then I was just like, why?
He had his full arm extended, and the guy
Yeah.
sumo dropped him on his shoulder
We
or people's elbow maybe.
went to
Yeah, The Rock.
bringing wrestling back. Yeah.
Can you see it over the hat,
Are
the
you
Wits,
trying?
the Wits hat?
You're trying to do it?
Yeah.
I can't do it.
Can't do it.
I can. No,
Some people can go opposite. They go back and forth. I can't do it. Just one eye.
I'm not.
Favorite wrestler of all time?
We talked about this.
We did.
It was Batista. As a
That's
kid.
right.
His
Yeah.
traps just made me.
That's right.
I was like, oh god.
And it's not The Rock.
He
You like
was-
The Rock?
He was cool. Yeah.
Still is
I
cool.
watched him in Scorpion King, being like, oh, that's cool. He was terrible in it, but he has since become all the original. I'm not talking about Mummy. I'm talking about like his offshoot movie, The Scorpion King. It was.
It's entertaining. Have you read The Mummy yet?
Oh, I love it. It's great.
I don't
that's
know
great,
where
man.
we're at.
That's at Universal.
You should check The Mummy at Universal.
Yeah.
Great
It's good
ride.
stuff.
Made
No,
me
those
almost pee
movies
my
are great.
pants
Oh.
because you just don't know what's going on. That ride's just everywhere. Anyway.
I miss Brendan Fraser. He was great.
Which leads me to ask, what's your favorite roller coaster? And then we'll talk basketball.
All right. We'll segue into this. This is kind of recency bias, but in terms of pure thrill, Velocicoaster, Universal Studios.
Haven't rode it yet. Going in April on
Real.
spring break.
All right.
I'm gonna,
And it's not because I just love Jurassic Park. It's just
that's
That's
why you like it.
You think so?
You got the shirt on. You bring your little action figures.
No, he's dressed up in that T-Rex costume on the ride.
Please do that. Let's do it together.
No, there's just certain parts of that, like you go through the first third. So here's
Don't give it away to everybody.
backstory. Orion. We are
Yeah.
local in Cincinnati, Kings Island, great theme park. There is a new coaster that is amazing.
Yeah.
First drop, we do it. Me and my wife Jess is a very big thrill ride. It's one of the things we
I knew I liked it.
We go to Orion to just like feel something because everything else is just like so like.
Diamondback's good.
Again, I mean, but I'm saying like I've tapped in too much. Now I
Got it.
need more.
So Velocicoaster's better than those rides?
Before going to Universal, someone behind us was like, "Man, this is good." It is nothing to Velocicoaster. And I turned around, I was like, "Really?" And they said we were going in the summer. There's like, just trust me. First third of the coaster, I'm just like, there's no way. And then the back half of it is.
Did you leave Kings Island that day and go book your?
No, we already had it.
You didn't drive down straight?
We had a vacation in mid-July with 3 kids under the age of 8. Like I said, winter sucks, but also Florida in July sucks. I would say a little less amount, but it was horrendously swampy. So
Congratulations, by the way. You have 3 kids under the age of 8.
that's congrats to my
Congrats,
sister.
Jonathan.
Yes. Oh, no. Thanks. No,
Top Thrill
no.
2.0 at Cedar Point. It's my favorite.
Okay.
Have you rode it?
Is that the one that goes up and around?
422 feet high, 120.
It was getting
of course it was.
constructed.
It's always getting worked on.
But it's supposed to be even better now, so we'll go.
Speaking of getting
We'll go.
worked on.
Big trip, Cedar Point, we'll go because it's like Dragster 2.0 or whatever it's
Yeah,
called now.
let's go Cedar
right.
Point, and then we'll go to Velocicoaster the same day. Be hard, but we'll do it.
Are we?
Private jet from the Wildcat
okay.
Chat.
All right,
Yeah.
all right.
Podcast.
The Wildcat Chat jet. We're getting it by March, just so we don't know what bracket, what region we're going to be.
We're
in,
gonna
so.
live stream the Selection Sunday from our private jet on the way to ride the Velocicoaster.
But we didn't pay for in-plane Wi-Fi, so it's going to be really bad. We're
It'll
gonna
be
have to
very choppy.
We're going to have to call someone and tell them to tell us what's happening.
Well, that's what we usually do with you on Saturday night games. We have to call and let you know what's going on because you watched the game this Saturday in its entirety. Yes.
No.
Let's go back. We still got to finish Tennessee.
Yeah, let's go to Tennessee.
So,
I did watch that game.
Well, you were there. I had to pull you there.
I missed a minute and a half.
I was holding your eyes.
I missed a minute and a half.
There's a movie that do this. It's a scary movie. They pull their eyes
Clockwork
open.
Orange, right?
No, not that. Well, yeah, but newer.
Oh, newer.
Never, doesn't matter.
It's probably
I'll
a
find it.
Saw movie.
It's a scary movie. You wouldn't like it. Miss Girls Pop. Go.
It's music. It has nothing to do with movies. The bathroom line at Rupp Arena is
Needs to be
90%
fixed.
90% males. So like and ladies are just walking. It's like the Bengals. They're just walking in the bathroom where the dude's line is all the way up. As I was in line, they got their first loss, their first deficit of the second half, and I was like, oh no.
We need you back in the seat.
Owe missed his second foul shot. Obviously, there was a timeout tie game. It's like 66-66 or whatever it was, and then they were down 3 by the time I got to the seat, and that was when I was like,
we're in trouble.
Butler's hurt.
Everybody felt it. It felt a little queasy in there, and it wasn't just the ice cream. What do you think about the ice cream?
Oh, it's always good.
I gave him an ice cream. I started eating my ice cream. I looked to the right, and he's taking his last bite of ice cream. It was like 20 seconds. Like, bro, you got to enjoy this.
I was anxious.
Yeah, you were like nervous
oh,
eating, taking big bites. I'm like, God, your teeth.
No, that was so you, your wife and your son all went.
You're part of the family on Tuesday.
That was Uncle Chase. It was cool.
And he let you sit in the front seat.
Yeah,
that was impressive.
That was nice.
Keep going.
Thank you. You guys were getting the ice cream, and
yeah, we delivered to you.
We magically had 2 less points by the end of the halftime.
That was bull crap.
This rule where officials can look for goaltending at halftime and then just make a decision, that had to have been in the final 8 minutes of the first quarter, but it was in real time, like 30-something minutes afterwards. This is the dumbest new rule ever. Like, it's dumb.
Because we were up 9, and then they wiped it down to 7. Because my 12-year-old was like, the score's wrong, Dad.
Yeah, So
then I asked you, and you're like, "Oh yeah, it's
I don't pay for the blue check mark on the tweets, on the posts,
on X,
on yeah.
Don't give it to you.
Yeah. I put up 9 at half, and then I was like, "Oh, I must have made a mistake. I'm an idiot, and I can't edit, so I had to delete the text and redo it." With
you have to be blue check to edit.
It's dumb. I'm not paying $8 a month for that. But and then I wasn't the only one that was questioning it, and then I was talking because this was cool. Trent Noah's parents were right in front of us, and Travis Perry's family was to the side of us, and we were all collectively talking about why. And Matt Jones explained it to me, and I explained it to them.
Oh.
And they all were like, well, that's the dumbest rule in the world. It is. You shouldn't be able to just change it willy-nilly.
Because then, like, who would have got the rebound?
You don't know.
Like,
exactly.
That's not fair.
It stops your...
Let's start a petition.
Yes.
You want to stop this and go down there now?
The whistle stops play. Yes, let's do it.
Right.
But the whistle stops play, so you don't know. So you can't just... Right. It's an automatic punishment for the offense when it's ambiguous as to what it would have happened. I understand being like, ooh, that 1-3, it was kind of close. We don't want to stop the game right now, which is good. At halftime, we'll see if his foot was on the line.
I agree with that.
We'll make that 3 to a 2.
Goaltending, just review it then. Figure it out.
Thank you. Yes.
You're welcome. Who was the play? Who's the guy that impressed?
Brea's 2 big threes in the second half. Obviously, being around Trent's parents and dropping those 3 threes in the first half.
Mountain Mamba.
Was so.
Is that your favorite name for him, or what's your favorite name? There was a couple of them that came out.
I did like that one.
Mountain Mamba.
People were
I'm
trying to do.
I'm a big Kobe guy, Mamba,
yeah.
so I'm liking the Mountain Mamba. Yeah. Did you hear Perry's nicknames now?
I heard
the Lion King, because he's from Lyon County, and you're a Lion King guy. What do you think about that?
Who isn't? My gosh.
I was when I was 4.
Well, it came out in 1994, so
okay,
you weren't born in 1990.
Okay, I was 8.
Okay.
Let's check. What's the 2 guys? Timon and
Pumbaa.
Yeah, you're psycho.
Do you want me to sing it right now too? I could.
Please don't. No.
I'm a sensitive soul, though I seem thick-skinned. All right.
You're an old soul, or you're a sensitive soul?
It hurts that my friends never stood downwind.
Oh no!
And oh, the shame. All right, no, let's go.
The shame is still here.
Yeah. Oh, thanks.
Amare had 21 minutes and he only scored 6 points. Amare is like
what, for this game?
Yeah.
You're looking at Texas.
No,
no, that he only had 6 points.
That's what I was. That's why I was bringing it up, because I felt like he played great. He only had 6 points.
I'm looking at but he was plus 16.
Check it again.
No, I'm plus 16. Like in terms of his value, like in the plus minus. He only had 6 points. I was there. I would have never.
That's
guessed
why
that.
I brought it up.
That's
because we were talking about how good Amari was playing.
He only had 3 boards.
Yep.
Incredible.
Yep. Owe led us in rebounds.
I'm looking at it now for the first time. Yeah, but Trent was the biggest plus minus. He was plus 18. Rupp's player of the game. That was so cool.
Do you feel like Tennessee's going to get a 1 or 2 seed and lose in the second round? Because I do.
I mean, it tends to happen.
Tell the listeners.
We're gonna tell. We're
yes.
gonna tell a little story about where we are in history right now in week 12 of this game. We're just gonna throw it. They found out who Jack the Ripper was.
I was not expecting this. Where are you
through
going
DNA.
here?
I'm just
Okay.
so
confused.
no. It was a big thing that happened over in the last week. Is that they found DNA on one of the victims, and from 100 years, 130 something years, they DNA matched who it actually was. And someone quote tweeted and it was like, man, they found out who Jack the Ripper was before Tennessee got to the Final Four. Made me laugh. Made me chuckle.
Do you remember the sign behind the bench?
Yes.
What did it say?
It was about Rocky Top.
Yeah. Something about we've never heard the song Rocky Top in a Final Four. And it was like 2 rows behind the Tennessee bench. It was so good.
Beautiful. It was beautiful.
And they're not going back to the Final Four this year either. So sorry about that.
But here's
car salesman.
I'll go back to this game when we talk about some of the other game, but there were some in the plus minus that were negative, and it also fed into Saturday what happened on Sunday. And so I didn't watch the whole game because we talked about it. I was at a friend's dinner for Valentine's Day weekend, Palentine's Day.
Pal, P-A-L, or P-A?
P-A-L, Palentine's Day.
What if you do a Paulinstine's Day and you have to bring a Paul with you?
Oh, just random.
Yeah. That'd be cool.
Good?
You should try that next year. All right.
I'm gonna bring a Solentine's Day, but he has to have a Road to Damascus moment. Boom!
I was thinking Saul Goodman from Better
Call Saul.
Yeah, but that's who I'd bring.
Okay. I know you're not really an Axe reader, but it's fine.
I have no idea what that means.
It's okay.
I use Axe, but
there you go.
Is that what we're talking? My 12-year-old does.
I think that came out when Lion King came out.
So walking out of the Tennessee game felt really good, right? The whole drive home, we're excited.
I mean, it was rainy and wet and it was gross, but
it doesn't matter.
But the vibes.
We beat now Duke, Louisville, Tennessee twice.
Oh,
Mark Pope has check marked the important, not the blue check mark on Twitter, but X. But so you're feeling good, right?
Yes, but
then Saturday comes,
and then it's the games. Now it still was a quad 1A road game. So when they talk about
what's 1A mean?
High end of a quad 1 game, I don't know, but I saw discussion about it, and the quad 1s and 2s, like it's a newer thing, but just basically like we were supposed to lose
we were
by
not
4.5,
but we also had our 3 point guards out.
Literally our top 2 starting point guards and the backup all out, and for 36 minutes it looked like we were good. By the end of the 4-minute timeout, Texas had a 16.6% chance of winning.
Did you bet it?
No. Sorry. According to Ken Palm, or whichever one of the.
Is that his real name, Ken Palm?
I don't know.
Is his first name Ken Palm?
I don't know. I think it's an acronym. Like, I think it's like a. Oh, what is that called? When you. A palindrome? No. What are 2 words that.
Valentine's?
Like half and half? No, that's like a play on. No.
Angiogram. That's what they gave me on Saturday.
Where it's like the same forwards and backwards?
No. It's when like Pokemon is like pocket monsters. Like when you combine 2 halves of 2 words and make it 1 word. I forget what it's called. I'm sorry.
Good marketing.
Yes. Sorry, Dad. I did permeate and did well by you, but I forgot the term for that. My dad's an English teacher, so he would be disappointed in me.
He listening? He's not a UK
fan. He watched the first Tennessee game.
Yeah, now he's a UK fan.
I think I sent you
his
text.
About
he
going
was
to bed
like,
or something.
yes, because he goes to bed at like 9 p.m. So that was a late game, and he said, "Happy for you. Watch the game. Tennessee couldn't hit the broadside of a barn. Good night."
So what did he say about us on Texas on Saturday?
He
didn't watch.
I sent him the pictures and stuff of being there. He's like, "That's awesome."
Yeah.
No, he probably been like that little kid Ziegler.
That little
does
kid.
too much, and but it was the quietest. I know we're on the next game, but he almost had 20 points.
Yeah, it's 17.
It was the quietest 70
He shoots a lot.
I've ever seen.
That's one thing that, like, my son's in an AAU league right now. He plays with girls on the team because the girls are good. And my wife, after the game on Saturday, we won by like 20. And she said, man, those girls are good. And he says, yeah, because they shoot all the time. He had a good point. He shot 4 times, and they shot like 14 each. So my point is, if you didn't go to the game or watch it, which no one listening did other than me, you can be good, but you can also shoot too much. And Ziegler just loves to shoot the ball.
But his percentage was bad, so it
Yeah.
wasn't even like that's what is good then. If you're only looking at the stat line of how many points you had, timeout, co-ed AAU.
Yeah,
that's interesting.
Yeah, it doesn't usually happen, but the coach wanted to bring his girls on, and
it's awesome.
They're scrappy, and you can't foul them because you touch them, it's a foul.
It was your son's first practice when we went to the
And
game.
we missed. So I walked up to the coach and I was like, "Hey, coach, new coach, didn't know him. This is a sentimental moment, other than the Florida kissing, what we just talked about in the past. First time I haven't coached my son since he's been alive. Been coaching him since he's 4. He's now 12. That game on Saturday was the first time I haven't coached him because I'm just.
Did you teach him the over and back rule?
Yeah.
Were you better than my coach?
Way better than your third grade coach. Thanks. Yeah, he knows that. So I walk up to the coach and I'm like, he's a player's coach. He'll do anything you ask, blah, blah, blah. And he just gives me like this stoic look. He's like, I'll figure it out. I'm like, okay. 30 seconds in the game, he drains a 3, and I look at the coach. I was like, dang. My son was running down doing this, doing one of these. No, he didn't do any of that. He's like the nicest kid in the world. He's like, okay, I made it.
He's a shy little dude.
Yeah, he's shy.
Yeah. I want to watch one of his games. That's cool.
Yeah.
My dad only coached me for 2 years.
Maybe we can live stream from there. I think people want to listen to
Talking about one of the beat reporters that I see in like KSR, like in the Kentucky realm, the umbrella on the X, showed a video of his, like, we're talking like 7, 6, 7-year-old where the rims are lower.
Yeah.
And he chucked it, and it went maybe a foot higher than him and went to the ground. And they're like, all right, over under 6.5 total points. I'm taking the under. So
those games are always tough. It's like
you're like, yay,
corral and cats.
They don't know which direction they're
Yeah.
going because they didn't teach in the over back rule either.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
All right, so Saturday, Valentine's Day. I'm watching the feed
on your phone.
Up, I think 7.5 up.
The game wasn't on at the Valentine's.
No.
What was on?
Nothing. Good conversation at
So you know what I would have done?
No, the dinner table was not in a room with a TV.
But it could have moved.
It was like a Valentine's Day playlist on a giant. I didn't know Amazon or Alexa Echoes were. It was a giant one. I didn't.
Playing music.
Play music, yeah.
Were you guys singing to it? Like clap-alongs?
No, but they did play me and my wife's like wedding song, like our first dance song, which cute. Is Top Gun. You remember the
Lady
the song?
Gaga?
No, that's Maverick. First one.
Nah, I don't know. I'll remember when you tell me.
Okay. Well, you want to dance to it?
No.
Okay.
What's the song? You gotta tell me.
Take my breath away.
Oh yeah. Yeah, got it. Got it. Just took me a minute. It's been a while.
It is.
So I told you last week that to watch out for Trey Johnson. Did you see his stats?
I did.
He's a stud. He shot a lot. I think he shot like, it's under 70 times.
Let's see. Home stats of your boy Trey Johnson was 11 for 26. That is a crazy amount of shots.
But they have a guy they can go to at the end of the game. And I've been saying this all year. Who's our guy at the end of the game? It was Kobe Brea against Tennessee. But what did Kobe do this game? Nothing. That's the problem.
Mm-hmm. So
every championship team has a go-to player. Who's our go-to player?
We don't have one on
I know.
this team.
That's not good. I still think it has to be Jackson Robinson. But you know what has to happen for him to be able to hit those shots? He has to play the game, which, going down a rabbit hole here, but I'm just going to say it. Love Mark Pope for a lot of things. I don't love his injury conversations we're having. How long is Lamont Butler out for? Any idea?
You think he's worse than Cal's? Like, I haven't seen him.
We would know, though. We know eventually.
Okay.
How long is Kerr out for? Kerr Kriisa. Is he coming back next week? Is he coming back next year? We don't know.
Yeah.
How about Jackson Robinson?
We don't know. From his post game on Tuesday, I sent it to you. The verbiage was not optimistic.
Yeah, I don't like this. Like, tell me. Let me know if he's going to be back or not, so I can temper my expectations.
I don't know. I feel like it's better to do that than be like next week and then it's not, and then you're like, you betrayed and deceived me.
2 to 4 weeks. Tell me the last time.
What if it goes 8 weeks?
Tell me the last time an NFL player. Tell me the last time. They always give dates of return.
Yeah. As a Reds fan, we had a whole year of David Bell going, oh, he's going to be fine. He's going to be back before you know it. out for the whole season. So I much rather you be like, I don't know, than you make it seem like it's going to be soon and
But
it never
Kentucky
happens.
has a realistic chance to make a Final Four. The Reds did not have a realistic chance to make the playoffs.
Well, I mean, if they weren't injured, I would say they would, yes. But
Got it. So, when are we getting our guys back?
I don't think we are.
All year?
I think Butler is not. I don't know.
Not Butler. What?
I don't think Butler's coming back
What?
until
We need to
maybe
end the
March.
podcast.
I don't know if I.
Wait.
Jackson's wrist, like I didn't even see how it, like the severity. I had no idea it was going to be to that level, and that's the one they're saying is even less optimistic than
So if you can
Butler.
have one back, which one would you take?
Butler. 100%. Sorry, I knew he was your dude. As we saw in the last 4 minutes of the Texas game, we need a Butler type person, someone who's been in these situations.
You need a leader.
Otega Oweh should not be taking a ball out.
No.
Travis Perry should be, and this is the
Travis
part.
Perry shouldn't be on the floor 4 minutes to go. And I love
we sat
Perry.
by, like,
Great people.
shot threes was great.
Stay on the bench and
He was
cheer.
-9 in Tennessee's win.
What about his pass?
Remember his pass
to Amari, and it went to the right? I thought it got tipped, and I was kind of okay with it. It was just a missed pass.
I'm going to say
Can't
this
do
stat, and it's going to hurt.
Okay.
Because, again, by his senior year, he might be amazing. He has the most high school points in Kentucky State history. He has, as of right now, a turnover rate of almost 25%, which means 1 out of every 4 possessions
That he has the ball,
he's turning it over. Not great.
Can we trade wrists with him and Jackson Robinson? It's like the movie Face
Like,
Off. Can we
like
trade
Burrow,
wrists?
when we were like, can we just give my calf to Burrow, please? And now it's his wrist, but yes.
Could we do it? No. All
right. We'll call John Woo. We'll see if he can muster up another movie and wrist off.
So
it won't be as exciting, but
so come March, we're in the tournament. Do Butler and Robinson play?
I don't know. I'm hoping. I'm more interested in the SEC tournament.
You sound like my wife when I asked her where to go for dinner.
No,
I don't know.
No. I'm a very assertive person. Here's the thing. I can't be a decisive person if the facts that you want me to get aren't decisive.
Because Mark Pope's not telling us anything.
I think playing close to the vest is good, but I get it. Expectation.
It's Kentucky Big Blue Nation. We need to know these things. It keeps us up at night. Keeps me up at night.
I'm sorry. Yeah. I go to sleep.
You don't watch the games.
Fan.
Unless I take you there.
Yes, please. Take me. No. The whole concept of players playing out of position.
Yeah.
The whole concept of players, like we're gonna say Brea. Even when he had his big 2 threes in Tennessee, Butler was out.
Yes.
So you could say it's the same thing. But for an entire game, he is not a shot creator. He has to go off somebody. And when you don't have
Butler can be a shot creator.
So when
Jackson
you have
Robinson can be a
and
shot
them
creator.
on the court, help Brea do his thing. It's
And
like
Oweh, too.
it's like when T. Higgins, Bengals now. We're gonna go. We're Cincinnati podcast. When T. Higgins is hurt, all the defense is gonna be like, "Hey, Jamar, we're just gonna right on you," because we know the second target is Trent Irwin or someone.
Trent Noah. Right.
I'd love to see him play wide receiver. No, but like
I was correlating.
Yes.
Okay.
But your defense is going to be like, well,
sure.
This is your sharpshooter, so we're going to focus on the sharpshooter. And
we need our guys healthy. Is the point?
Well, of course. And right now, being 6-6 in the SEC, we're currently 8th out of 16. Which means we would play Thursday. We would have a single bye. Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Yeah, Wednesday is the start. And by the way, I looked at tickets for us just for fun for the NCAA in Nashville and Bridgestone. $790 for the rooftop for the full sessions. So we'll be watching from home.
Or maybe the private jet. We just like take the binoculars and like just
open the roof.
But before Saturday, Joe Lenardi.
Yeah,
he's your bracketology guy.
I like Andy Katz better, but Joe Lenardi's fine.
Number 11 overall. We'd have been a 3 seed. Now I don't know where he'd put us.
I think let's kind of stop worrying about it.
No, but that's what I'm saying. I'm more worried about because if we're an 8 seed,
for the SEC.
We play Auburn second. We're not getting into the weekend. Yeah. So I think where we are in the SEC tournament, where we finish, will be indicative upon what our seeding will be.
Now, I will say that's
I-
typically true, but there's been painful years in the past where I watched the SEC tournament and I'm like, what we do here will resonate on our NCAA scorecard, and it almost never matters. I feel like these.
I think that was a Cal thing. I think it will be. I think it's
interesting
I think it will be different with Pope, in my opinion.
because he pays less.
I guess.
Swimming with the fishies. That guy.
Yeah.
Remember
that
him?
guy?
Yeah.
Used car salesman. Yeah. It's tough. I think this team can beat anybody healthy.
If they're healthy.
I think this team can still, if they execute, can beat anybody not healthy.
Yeah.
Like how we played in Tennessee.
Yeah.
We went into Knoxville without Butler and I think Carr that week. No, he played for 40 minutes or whatever. When we lose is when our 3-point shooting
Is off,
tanks.
which-
And this game was
6 of 24.
an 0 for 6. Well, it was 0 for 4 from our best 3-point shooter, but 0 for 6 overall. He had 4 points, 4 free throws for Brea. You need more than that from your sharpshooter.
I would like to make a statement right here, right now.
Statement.
Hopefully, Mr. Pope's listening. He's not. Otega Owe needs to stop shooting threes. Maybe like one a game.
We watched him warm up, and we were like, "Oh man, that
Yeah,
his whole delivery is weird."
I just
Just
want him
looking
to
to
stop
stop.
shooting threes.
But he did chuck that big 3 at the end. That probably hurt a lot of people's stat lines who bet.
I
It's
said
one of
that
those,
when I
like,
was watching. I
bad
actually tried to
beats. That's a
explain this
bad
to my
beat.
wife, and our friends came over. Our friends came over with their 3 kids, which we love them.
Mhm.
My dog got a new squeak toy. My son brought a friend over and spent the night. So I had like 93 people in my house, and they were all like fighting and my dog was like with his, and I was like information overload. It's like 3 minutes to go in the game, and like Amari's not boxing out, and like the dog's squeaking in my ear, and I like wanted to be like, yeah, but I settled down. It was a lot.
You woosad?
I'm like one of those guys that could watch the game in my basement by myself, like need to like, because
No, I
I
get it.
feel like I'm part of the team, even though it's kind of embarrassing because I'm not part of the team. None of those guys.
No, I do that, and
Yeah.
the wife, because I'll exclaim to the TV.
Yeah, my wife
Like
tells
I'm
me
in,
to
like
calm
I'm in
down a lot.
Baptist sermon, just like I'm just responding.
Do you stand up?
Yes.
Like I can't sit
Oh,
down
of
either.
course.
I have to
the
pace.
the run we had in 2014 with Julius Randle, where we weren't supposed to, Wichita State, the 1 seed, we shouldn't have had.
That was great. We were an
that-
8 seed. That was great.
Yes, that whole run, every single game leading up to the final, was indicative of 1 or 2 last play. I am pacing.
Yeah.
I think if we can get Butler back for the SEC tournament, we have 6 games left. What I read, to have the double bye,
Yeah.
we have to go 5-1.
It's not happening.
We
We have
play
at Alabama, and Auburn's
at
coming
Auburn.
to town.
So
No.
4-2.
Auburn's coming to town.
Okay, but we're still playing them.
Who they just went to Alabama. They were up 20.
That
most
was an
of the
interesting game. I watched some of the
Alabama
highlights
made a
later.
run late. Mark Sears is a stud. He's so good.
So-
Johnny Broom's a stud though too.
And I showed you, there was a graph chart of like SEC offensive efficiency, and we're neck and neck with like 3 teams. And I said
Alabama's
and we
or
didn't know that
Auburn.
Auburn was so high up,
Yeah.
we didn't even see it
Yeah.
on the chart. So it's gonna be
Tough.
We're
We're gonna
interesting.
play on Thursday. We're
So-
losing 2 more.
So
I
they're
think.
expecting. So that would be what we were 6-6.
Yeah.
They expect 9-9. Where what I
3
read
and
the
3?
article. Another. So in the next 6, I
don't know.
think 4-2.
I think 4 and 2.
If
too.
we can,
we're gonna beat Vandy.
if we can beat everyone but those 2.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't want to get swept by Alabama.
The only
though.
one I'm worried about is Missouri.
They were playing well. Like, oh gosh, I don't.
We're gonna beat LSU. We're gonna beat Oklahoma. We're gonna beat Vandy. Are you impressed? I'm not. Look, blank screen.
Good job. Oh gosh, yeah. Show. It's just a mirror showing your face.
Yeah. Hey.
Black screen. I want 4-2.
Yeah.
5-1 be incredible.
What about 6
if-
and 0?
I think those 2 guys
No
need to be
chance.
healthy. But so for this week, are you expecting a sweep of Alabama?
No, we're
So
gonna
we're
lose
gonna
to
go two-
Alabama.
So 1-1.
Yeah.
You think 1-1 again this week?
Now, if you tell me Butler and Robinson play on Wednesday, then I think we have a good chance to beat Alabama if they play
On Saturday?
again on Saturday. But it's not going to happen.
Oh my gosh, I don't know.
In typical years, you
I want-
bench those 2 guys because Vandy's terrible. But Vandy beat us already. So I imagine Pope's going to bring one of the 2 back.
You
on Wednesday.
It's a football mentality. That's where you hear the term.
Next man up.
Offense wins you games. Defense wins you championships.
Yeah.
Jackson Robinson is your stud
Offense.
shooter
Yeah.
that
Butler plays
can't
defense.
play much defense. I need Butler healthy,
Yeah.
and I need his defense. Watching him that close on Tuesday was phenomenal because Ziegler is 4'7".
Yeah.
He's sitting down here with Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
We're babysitting him. It's fine.
0-2.
We heard him.
Zakai.
Remember, we heard him trash talking Amari,
Yeah.
and then the next possession, he had a terrible turnover.
Yeah. And Mari was like,
I love it.
he called him a peasant, I think, at one time. I tried to read his lips.
He called
He called
Amari?
him. No, he called
Oh.
Ziegler.
I was
peasant.
like, because he's British, like there's just like a pauper, like your crisps, your boot.
Where's
I'm
he
like,
from again?
He's from London.
Yeah. It's from what's the city he's from? Nottingham. Yeah, it's
The
great.
sheriff from Nottingham. Yeah.
That's Samari. That's Samari.
Did you watch that Disney movie where they're the fox?
Shrek?
Like no, Robin Hood, sheriff of Nottingham,
Yeah, of course.
and when they're foxes, like
Yeah.
that one. See,
What's that have to do with freaking Hakuna Matata?
it's Disney animation. So you like
Robin
one-
Hood's good. He
It is
stole
good.
from the rich and gave it to the poor. What did freaking Timon do?
What?
Other than sing on a log.
Oh my gosh, they made a child not worry about his troubles. All right,
Is it Timon? Is that right? Am I saying it right?
Yeah.
Okay.
and also because Nathan Lane is.
Who the heck is Nathan Lane? Where are you going? You going to get Nathan?
Well, I mean, did you ever watch Only Murders in the Building?
No.
Okay, well, I'm
Keep
trying
going.
to think of something more recent. Birdcage, Robin Williams.
Yeah.
He's the other guy.
Oh, yeah, Nathan Lane.
There, Nathan Lane. Great.
So
Reel it
which
back.
brings
All
me
right.
up.
Yeah. Segue that. Try it.
I'm
Try
not,
it.
yeah.
All right.
What lane are we going to be in the tournament?
Whoa!
What seed? Right now, I do this every
SEC
week.
or regular?
Regular. The only one
If
that
they
matters.
thought 3, 11 overall, we're winning all these amazing games, but losing the games we shouldn't.
We're going to be a 4 or a 5. That's kind of where we're at right now, right?
Conservative 6.
Oh.
I think we can push 5 or 4 if we make it.
What if they give us Louisville as the 4-5? I can see it happening.
You know they always like to do stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Would you
Honestly,
like that?
On their run, and they haven't played in like 15 years, I want to play UC.
UC's not getting a 4 or 5. No chance. UC's going to be like an 8.
No, they're going to be like a bubble. I'm just saying, put
Yeah.
them in our bracket,
yeah,
like
yeah.
on the path.
That's fine. I had a listener question come in this week. How about that? I'm going to read it to you.
It wasn't my mom?
Is her name Sharon?
Yes.
No, it wasn't
Okay.
her. Why? It's from my friend Matt Cook.
Okay.
It spells it Koch.
No.
It's like, what are we doing there? I don't know. I tried to get him to change
I tried
it.
it. Did it seem like I was actually angry about it? I know
But you don't really
I
care.
don't
Yeah.
care. Not at all.
Jonathan. Why is our big man and the rest of the team all around the three-point line? We get killed on the boards because of this. So when I read it, I was like, well, it's because of our offense. We do the back cuts. And we talked about it.
Yes.
I like it because we pull the big man on their side up to the front. But to his point, we can't rebound if everybody's out on the three-point line because we're doing the back cuts. So what do you think about this question? It's a good question. Thanks, Matt.
I think, yes, thank you for listening. We'll get more listener questions, hopefully, when more people listen.
Or watch.
Or
their
watch.
eyeballs.
You had a point, and you said it was a couple games ago. It was the first time all season that Garrison and Williams were on the court at the same
Twin
time.
Towers.
Twin Towers.
Yeah.
I think you need to do something like that if the emphasis needs to be on rebounding. You can't have your only big man be the guy at the top of the key. Because right now, again, when you're 7-foot center who is
running your point.
With through most statistics, is one of the best defensive rebounders in the country.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem that way because he's always up front because he's now the point guard having to bring up the ball. That is problematic. But he also is one of the best passers on the team, which is why
He
wasn't
is the best passer on the team.
why wasn't he doing the out of the timeout inbounds play? Why was
Well, when Perry turned the ball over, that really started things on a downward slide. Why wasn't he running the top? That time,
I read
Perry
that,
was.
like if he was going to go the elbow anyways, why didn't he just bring it up
Yeah.
and then just
right.
dribble it back? I will say something to Amari's defense.
Oh.
The whole thing started, I know that was like early to like starting that 14-1 run. It really started when they called him on a foul shot lane violation, which did not happen. And he actually got the rebound. He should have been able to take another shot. The whole game started going differently at that point. I'm not,
Always the refs, I'm telling you.
I have never seen a lane violation called on the shooter, and then when you should, like, if you can do a goaltend halftime replay, they should be like, oh, actually, that wasn't a lane violation, and they can get the ball back. Stuff like that should be reviewable. You cannot make a call of that specifically and be wrong about it.
It just made me think of something very important.
Poor Garrison. Garrison had, in our game, Tennessee, the Ziegler shot where they showed the replay.
Yeah,
He
didn't even touch him. His wind hurt him, I think.
Oh, my gosh.
The wind of his arm. We're going to go to Tuscaloosa on Saturday. We're going to buy ref shirts. We're going to walk in there and act like we're the refs. You think we can get in and ref the game?
We're going to eat zebra stripe gum. We're going to chew it. It was great.
Think we could ref the game if we just show up like we know what we're doing?
Sure, yeah.
And the other
But how
two refs.
sharp are your black slacks, though? That's how you know. It's
pretty
like,
sharp.
we got to press them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm good. You ready to run up and down that court?
Yes.
Let's do it.
And then I could be like, hey, you're carrying the ball. You're carrying the ball because everyone carries the ball. But it's become the NBA. Let's just not call actual fouls or violations as we have them. I think we're going to split as well. I don't want to get swept by him because I thought we had a good chance with Alabama in that first game.
Let me strike a little bit of fear into your mind here.
What?
Travis Perry guarding Mark Sears on Saturday is terrifying. We need Butler back to guard Mark Sears. That's what I think. I try to think what these coaches are thinking. I think Mark Pope was saying, get healthy against Texas, get healthy against Vandy, sit, and then go back and play Mark Sears. I think he's going to have to rush him again on Wednesday.
There might be a lot of...
He's playing Saturday.
There might
Mark
be
it down.
There might be a lot of subs, like adjustments type things. I talked about the number one plus minus in Tennessee's game, Trent Noah, plus 18. You know, it was the top in the Texas game.
Almanor?
Trent Noah.
Oh.
The only positive person on the entire team.
Wow.
And it was like plus one. But in his 20 minutes, he had 6 points and 7 boards. 7. I think he should be, he might not have the speed to have someone like maybe he's against Sears, but that's who I'd want over Perry in terms of situations because that guy hustles for rebounds. Yeah. I saw so many memes and jokes, but the jokes were like when shots go up, our rebounding is just watching. That's basically the crux, and we just need someone that has that drive, that hustle that goes for boards, and I miss that.
Be remiss if I didn't mention, we've been talking a lot about injuries on this episode. Mm-hmm. We haven't talked about Andrew Carr. Do you feel like he's playing?
He looked lost in
and if you remember, in the Duke game, Andrew Carr is instrumental.
He was pivotal. And that's who I thought was going to be the guy because back then, it even happened a little in Tennessee. There's just something about Amari who's so big, and he is strong, and he gets a lot of rebounds.
He gives up on plays, though. But he just takes a play off or two.
And he did not put a body on someone on a foul shot, and there was another offensive rebound on a free throw. Unacceptable. And that was when we were only down 2. The guy got the rebound and then
the game was over,
and there was a dunk put back in.
Yeah.
He can't hold the ball. It was just so slick. I just don't understand. It's whatever. But Carr in this game, I think he was even positive during.
Andrew Carr played.
He was plus 16 in the Tennessee game.
He played 16 minutes.
So
he was playing 30 minutes a game at the start of the season.
And he was the second highest plus minus, and so when he's in, it's so weird. It seems like he's not doing anything, but he is productive when he's in. Of late, but all his shots look bad.
So
all his decisions of shots, his shot making.
Well, he's
choices.
unsure. He's not. It's the repetition. So we're going to leave our audience with this today. The starting 5 you want coming into the March Madness, if they're all healthy, would be who? Let's just say that the health bug came or the health fairy just completely fixed everybody.
The 1, Butler.
Okay.
2, Robinson. 3, Owe. Because he's more of a striker.
Yeah.
Honestly,
you going Almanor here? I see it in your face.
Are you saying healthy?
Yeah, healthy, fully healthy.
Carr Williams.
Thank you.
But
So
not healthy. Garrison
healthy.
Williams. Yeah.
So can we get those 5? Because that's what this team was built at the beginning of the season.
Back injuries are so lingering, so I feel for Carr, but they can.
Yeah.
Will they?
Just think about that.
They-
and then you bring
But
Garrison and Bray off
you
the
look
bench.
you look at Lexington, you look in Rupp, their campus, their if they have that sort of stuff, like the complex for
Yeah.
your basketball team, you know that their strength and conditioning people are
Oh,
top
yeah.
notch, their medical team are top notch. They will have the best chance.
Yeah.
Do we need Creesa healthy?
So do you shut
For
these
mi-
guys down for a couple weeks?
I would shut him down. I'd redshirt him and let him come back next year.
Creasa. What would you do with Carr? Keep letting him play like he is, or shut him down again?
You don't want to assume a win, but Wednesday would be a game that's like let's
let the Mountain Mambas play 25 minutes.
heck yes.
So you got 1-1. I also got 1-1. Unfortunately, the only way we're gonna win on Saturday is if Butler plays.
I'm bringing a Timon and Puma if we win both games right here.
and I'm gonna throw them off the table,
Okay.
whether we win or lose. I'm Bill,
I'm Chase.
and that was Wildcat Chat.